Hello and welcome to Meet the Fleet, a series of videos introducing you to the locomotives that run on the Bruceton Railway. The London and North Eastern Class V2 262 steam locomotives were designed by Sir Nigel Gresley for express mixed traffic work and built at the LNER shops at Doncaster and Darlington between 1936 and 1944. The best known is the first of the class 4771, later 800 and 60800 Green Arrow, which is the sole survivor of the class. The V2s were the only major class of 262 tender locomotives used in Britain. While 262T tank locomotives were common in the UK, the only other 262 tender locomotives were the unsuccessful experimental Midland Railway Paget locomotive of 1908 and the two examples of Gresley's LNER Class V4 of 1941. The wheel arrangement allowed for fitting of a large firebox uninhibited by the rear driving wheel, and the front pony truck improved stability at high speeds. The V2 was derived from a Class A1/A3 Pacifics with smaller driving wheels and a shortened boiler. It retained Gresley's favoured three-cylinder arrangement. Unusually, all three cylinders were part of a single monoblock casting. 184 locomotives were built in 14 batches between 1936 and 1944 at Doncaster and Darlington Works. Construction continuing through the Second World War as they proved their usefulness. A further 4 locomotives, ordered as V2s, were redesigned by Gresley's successor Edward Thompson and converted as Pacifics LNER Thompson Class A2/1. The V2 was a versatile locomotive capable of hauling fast-fitted freights and express passenger trains. Their relatively heavy 22-ton axle load meant their use was restricted to around 40% of the LNER's route miles. For example, they were barred from all the former Great Eastern Railway main lines. Gresley recognised that a lighter mixed traffic locomotive was required, and the V4 class was designed to this end. However, it was to be the versatile LNER Thompson Class B1 460, which succeeded the V2 as the LNER's standard mixed traffic locomotive, although the B1 never matched the V2's power output. The V2s were recognised as versatile and powerful locomotives in 1939, but their reputation was more firmly established by the remarkable feats of haulage during World War II. Trains of over 20 carriages loaded to 700 long tons proved within their abilities. On at least one occasion, a single V2 hauled 26 coaches from Peterborough to London. Given this capacity for work, it is not surprising that construction was allowed to continue through war years. The V2s performed equally competently for British Railways, leaving their mark on the East Coast Main Line, the Waverley route between Carlisle and Edinburgh, and on the ex-Great Central Main Line between London, Melbourne and Sheffield. All 184 V2s were withdrawn from stock between February 1962 and December 1966. The last ones in service were number 60831 and number 60836, had the distinction of being Gresley's last big engines to be in service. Number 60831 and number 60836 were withdrawn on the 6th of December 1966 and 31st of December 1966 respectively. Both of them were scrapped the following year. The surviving V2, number 4771 60800 Green Arrow, was withdrawn in August 1962 from King's Cross Shed. Like most locomotives on the Bruceton Railway, V2 number 60964 is composed of scrapped components from its siblings. The locomotive was given the name Vanessa by the wife of Bruceton's owner, Kelly Ashford. We hope you've enjoyed meeting Vanessa, and remember she can be seen upon request at any time. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you soon for another episode of Meet the Fleet.